What's going on, guys? I am back with an update video on a what would you do question that I had the other day in reference to dating somebody that you felt that you weren't good enough to date, somebody that looked better than you, somebody that had more than you, um, just all around, I don't know, above you, at least in your mind. So I asked that question and I got a lot of good answers. And I got a lot of people that did say that there were times where they wouldn't approach somebody because they didn't feel that they were on their level. And I want to stop you right now. I want anybody and everybody that feels like they're not good enough for somebody because they don't have what they have, looks wise, money wise, materialistic things, whatever, do not be fooled by the visuals, by what you see, by what's tangible, what they have, anything like that. Don't be fooled by that. And I'm going to tell you why. Yes, I am. I was not going to make this video, but I decided that I will. Shout out to my homegirl, Sandy Cheeks. I told you I was going to inbox you and let you know what happened, but I feel that it's better that I make the video instead, right? I'll share it with you all. But I'll probably give you some more details in your inbox, so look out for that. Let's get into the story, guys. So, I did the what would you do. In a way, I did it because that's how I was feeling at the moment. I felt like the person that had approached me was way too attractive for me. I felt like, wow, I've never like had a guy this good looking in my life. That's what I thought, right? So, I kind of felt I wasn't good enough, and I started putting myself in a category where I probably wouldn't be his type. Like, the girls that he dates probably look flawless all the time, and I'm the type that just doesn't give a damn. Like, I'm natural. I'm happy with not having to wear freaking 16-inch, 35-inch hair and doing my nails all the time and doing all that extra girly shit. I don't care. Accept me for the way that I am. I used to do all that. I probably still will do it. I don't like the song. Um, yeah, I probably will do it, but right now it's not. It's not in my budget. But yeah, guys, excuse me for the music that I'm playing. I don't even really know what's up with it. I was looking for a good playlist, but unfortunately, it doesn't matter. Let's get into what I had to say. So, I met this guy last week. The guy was gorgeous, and when he approached me, he asked me to take his number down. I took his number down, and what I normally do not do is contact somebody after I get their number, or if they call me, I never respond back. But for some reason, I decided to text this guy. Maybe because I was just so, like, because he was so fine. So I was like, you know what? Give it a shot. So I text him. I let him know that it was me. This is my number, blah, blah, blah. So he hits me up at, like, maybe, well, he responds back to me that night, and he's like, get home safe, blah, blah, just small talk. Then around 4 in the morning, I get a text from him, and I'm kind of like, is this a mistake? Like, I don't sleep at night, so I text back. I was like, I don't know if this is a mistake, but it's 4 o'clock in the morning. And he was like, no, I'm still up. So he's texting back and forth, and he goes, send me a picture. And I'm like, matter of fact, I need to show y'all what I sent him as a picture, just to make this a little funnier, okay? So you guys get to know what type of person I am. So he asked me to send him a picture, and I'm like, all right. And when I sent him this picture, he didn't respond, and I'm like, oh boy, I done pissed him off. But it's okay, because I can tell that this guy doesn't have a personality if he doesn't respond back to me. That just means that he's a freaking cornball. So yeah, he ends up calling me. We talked on the phone for a while, and sorry, I'm looking down. I'm looking for the picture. Um, we had a good conversation. He told me he's very quiet, and that's what I like. And he's like, no, I have a lot of girls that are always on me, because I play basketball, but I'm not really, I'm not really that type of person. I'm really quiet. So I'm like, damn, I'm really gonna like this dude. So he says to me, so what kind of car you drive? And I'm like, damn, why do you have to ask me that question? I tell him what kind of car I drive. And then I'm like, well, since you asking me what kind of car I drive, what kind of car do you drive? He's like, well, I don't drive. And I'm like, okay. He goes, my license was suspended, but he didn't get into details why it was suspended. But just keep in mind that this guy told me that his license was suspended and he doesn't drive. All right. So conversation ends, he's like, I'll call you tomorrow. And I just started to get the butterflies, like, oh, I'm going to start talking to somebody on the phone. And, I never let anybody in, but now I'm going to let this guy get a shot at getting to know me. And I normally express to people that I have a YouTube channel and to watch me and see if they actually like me. If you don't like me, don't call me back, kind of thing. Because I hate the getting to know you phase. So I just typically tell them, check out my videos. If you like me as a person, you'll know from that. And they always end up liking me after they see the foolery that I do on these vids. But that's besides the point. Thank God I did not give him my YouTube channel after he asked, because I ended up finding out that this guy, looks don't matter. Let's just say that. Okay? This is the picture I sent to him. Oh gosh. Hee hee. I thought he was going to be pissed off, and he didn't laugh about it or anything. He just called me. So, anywho, the next day, this guy is texting me. We're texting, but he keeps sending me pictures of himself. And I'm like, dude, like, I didn't ask you to send all these pictures, but you keep sending them. Okay. So he calls me, and I miss his call. I call him a minute later, and he did not answer the phone. So, in my head, I'm like, oh, he's one of those. You felt that I didn't answer the phone, so now you're not going to answer. Needless to say, he never called me back that night. And I was kind of like, that's really stupid. Mind you, he didn't even text me back. So I was like, okay, cool. Then, the next day, he's like, are you going to come see me? And I'm like, dude, I don't even know you. And I'm just like, man, I need to find out more information about this guy. He's a basketball player. I don't know if he's professional. I don't know anything about this dude. I'm so not feeling this playlist. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to have to play one of my shits. Y'all gonna have to listen to some classic white folk music right now, because that's what I like. So, anywho, please. I hate when they got them stupid ass advertisements on YouTube. Do y'all like that? I hate that shit. Okay, guys. Back to what I was saying. Sorry, I'm all over the place, but if you want to listen to what happened, just freaking follow me. Okay, so he asked me to come see him, and I'm like, dude, I don't even know you like that. I know his first name, but I don't know anything else. So in conversation via text, he goes, you should check out my amazing commercials. And I'm like, okay, they better be amazing since you're like, so proud of them. So I check him out, and I'm kind of like, this does not look like the same guy that I met. He does not look as fine as he did in person. And I'm kind of like, damn, shit. Okay, Diane, it's not about looks. It's not about looks. And I already know that because I have been attracted to people that a lot of people are not attracted to, mainly because I got to know them on the inside. So it's not about looks, but I was just like, this dude does not look like he did on person, but it's okay. Then I started to notice that he was being a little cocky because he kept sending me pictures. After watching his videos, I got to know his first and last name. Now, this is my advice to you all. When you start talking to somebody, sometimes it's good for you to kind of do a little research on them, which I decided to do. I didn't want to seem like a psycho because I was Googling somebody's name. but he asked me for my government name, so I assumed that he was going to Google me. So, when I looked him up, I decided to look him up on Facebook. And the dummy did not have his page private. So I'm scrolling through the photos, scrolling, and I see he doesn't have too many comments, but there's this one particular chick that would constantly say, "I love you, baby," blah, 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 all this stuff. And I was like, whatever, that's probably his past, because it was like from 2010. So I was like, okay, that ain't nothing. And I go to another album, and I see other pictures, not so questionable, because everything's all about him. He's very conceited. I left it alone because I just had so much going on the weekend. But something said, my woman's intuition said to me, go back on his Facebook and look at this album. I look at that album. It's the most recent one. In that album, I saw a picture of him and a girl. And he says, baby. I go to the next photo. It's a picture of him, that girl, and a child. The child looks like she's about 8 years old. It says, me, my fiance, and my daughter. And I'm like, oh, wow. So this dude lied to me, told me he's single, he doesn't have anybody, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, maybe he broke up with her. But it was just so close in time where I'm like, okay, how the hell did he break up with his fiance that soon? So I did some more research, and I was looking through other pictures and other people that comment on his page. I know it seems psycho, but I'm not trying to waste my time on no nigga. I'm sorry, I'm just not. So I did, and I happened to be on another page where it was a photo of him, the woman, and his daughter, and it was more recent than what I have seen, like so recent as in last week. So it is official. He has a fiance, he has a family, and he's trying to talk to me. And he told me that he's really humble, he's really sweet, and he's an honest guy. But no, the reason why he was doing that is because his family lives in another state, and he's out here playing basketball. So yeah, he ends up calling me the next day. Mind you, this is what I was going to say about don't judge people by their looks. I was reading the things that he writes on Facebook. He cannot spell for shit. Okay? I thought it was just like little typos, but a lot of things that he says, he spells them incorrectly. He texts me, most of everything he writes it sounds like a fifth grader, maybe fourth grader is writing. So I'm like, okay, maybe I could help him on spelling or something if I end up being with him. But then we get on the phone after I find he has a fiance, and I'm like, I'm not going to come out with this video until I actually talk to this guy and find out more details, because I don't want to just shun him because I think he has a fiance because of the photos I seen on Facebook, you know? Obviously he does, but I just wanted to hear it from him because he was just that fine. But we get on the phone, and he sounds like a dummy. I'm like, we spoke on the phone the other night and you sounded so good. Maybe it was the bedroom voice or something, but now we're talking in the morning and he sounds like a ditzy dude. Dumb. Oh my gosh. He was like, can you come see me today? And I'm like, dude, I don't, like I said, I really, you live pretty far. I don't know you like that. I just kind of feel a little uncomfortable about it. He was like, all right. He had an attitude. So I was like, damn, he must not be used to females. Um, shit, what did I do? He must not be used to females turning him down. So we're on the phone, and I'm just sitting there, and I hear him in the background talking to somebody, and I'm just waiting. Then he stops talking to that person, and it's just silent for like 5 minutes. No lights. Silent for 5 minutes. So I go, hello? He was like, yeah. And I'm like, sounds like you're busy. He goes, I'm not busy. I'm driving. And I was like, driving? I thought you said you don't drive. I caught him in another lie. Mind you, on his Facebook, he has photos of him in his Mercedes Benz or whatever car it is, but yet you told me you don't drive and you don't have a car. And I'm finding out all this stuff about you on your photos from Facebook. So y'all, if you ever meet somebody, do a little research on them, because what's the point of wasting your time if you could just cut it short by finding out little shit that you don't like? You know what I mean? So, aside from him sounding like a dummy and writing like a dummy, he has a temper, because all I said to him was, so I thought you said you didn't drive. He flipped out on me in like a matter of a second, raised his voice, and I was like, maybe I'll talk to you later. Yeah, I'll talk to you later when I get home. That was the last time I spoke to that mother effer. He sent me a few texts a few hours after that of photos of him. No dialogue. That there was nothing going back and forth. He didn't say anything, but just sent me pictures of himself. So yeah, guys, that person that I thought I was not good enough for, that person that I thought was so fine and I couldn't hold the candle next to him, and I felt so beneath him, like, oh, he could do better than me. No, no. Don't be fooled by the looks. Don't be fooled by what you see on the outside, people. Get to know people on the inside. Actually listen to them speak. Have a conversation with them. Okay? Don't ever feel like you're not good enough for anyone ever in your life, guys. Please. I give you guys these stories because I want you to, like, learn from my mistakes. Don't be as ignorant as me. Because yes, I am ignorant. But I'm coming out and explaining to you the shit that I do, and I say that that's a good thing. Like, I wish I had somebody to watch on YouTube that shared their stories and experiences where I can learn from them. So, since I don't have that, I'll do it for you guys. Get to know somebody before you assume that they're better than you. Get to know somebody. Just because you're driving a Mercedes Benz doesn't mean that you bought it with your good earned money. Could be a drug dealer. Do not judge a book by its cover. Get to know people. Get to know people. And don't ever put looks first. Don't be with somebody that's just like all deformed. I mean, if you're with somebody, you love them, and then something happens to them, they get burned and deformed or whatever, and you leave them for that, you're a fucking asshole. You're a fucking asshole if you leave somebody after the looks fade. And I'm sorry, I had to stick my middle finger up because I hate when people do that. If you love somebody, you're going to stay with them through thick and thin, because looks do fade, okay? And people change. But, guys, the point that I was trying to make is simply don't ever put anybody on a higher pedestal than you. Don't ever think that the next female is competition for you, because you don't know what she has. You don't know. All you see is what you see, but you don't know what you're going to get until you get it. And I'm saying it with, y'all getting what you getting, because this is me, okay? So that's why I tell people, if you want to get to know me, watch my videos. If you don't like what you see, fuck off. Find another chick. One day I'm going to meet my match. I'm going to meet somebody that's going to enjoy my personality and my openness. And yeah, whatever. So guys, I'm glad to say that I am not going to be talking to that guy. I feel sorry for his fiance. I really do. And he apparently is very cocky, because he's like, I've done it all. I've been on TV. I've done this. I've done that. I'm like, okay, good for you. Thanks for sharing the info. But I don't give a fuck. Those pictures, delete, because I don't need to see them. You are not that fine. After I got to know a little bit of him, he is not fine. Trust me, personality and looks, they outweigh one of the other. You can have the looks and the personality be down here. Yeah, you got the looks right here, right? Here's the looks. Personality right here. That shit is gonna make your looks all the way down here because your personality is fucking sucky. So guys, be humble, be nice, treat people with respect. Don't be cocky, because cockiness is just bleh. Be confident, okay? And don't ever put yourself down. Nobody's better than you, ever. If you're a dude and you feel that that chick over there, you can't, like, you scared, you can't talk to her because you think she's so fine, dude, give it a shot. Give it a shot, trust me. Looks don't mean shit. And ladies, don't you ever feel that the man is too fine for you. Let me stop talking because I'm gonna keep stuttering. But I just came on here to let you guys know what happened with that situation, and I never in my life will ever make the assumption that somebody's too good for me. Um, I'm pretty embarrassed that I even made that video with that question, but I know better now. Thanks to the Lord for giving me this lesson. I will see you guys on the next video. The next video will be my vlog weekend, which was very eventful, guys. You guys are going to love this one. It was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I spent it with the same people all 3 days, and we just did the most. So, yay, guys. I can't wait to edit. I'm about to start editing right now, so I'll see you guys on the next